a digital identification, rather, digital identity card shall be an official document sufficient and necessary to lawfully identify the person in doing any business with a public body or private sector entity, whether in person or online, within Guyana or in any country that has a reciprocal agreement with Guyana for the use of such a card. So here, the law says that the card is a sufficient and lawful form of identification to conduct any business, both in person and online, that requires the use of a form of identification. And it applies within territorial Guyana to both the public sector and to private entities. It has extraterritorial effect as well in relation to countries with which Guyana may at some stage execute some type of agreement with. So the agency or entity that refused to use the card is violating the act.
Nandela, who also serves as Minister of Legal Affairs, said that in the act, there are consequences of a penal nature that flow when there is non-compliance with any provisions of the act.
Because this is the pivotal provision in the law that activates the legal character of the card as a form of national identification. If there continues to be non-compliance, then the police force will have to be informed and be directed to ensure that the law is complied with.
Well, this what locally is being said about the ID, but guess what? In other parts of the world, this ID is in place or is about to be in place as well. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to analyze internationally what persons are saying about this ID. Then we're going to jump back to some more local headlines about the digital ID system. Let's hear.
Governments around the world are rolling out digital IDs, and Western governments in particular are tying those Western IDs to pretty much everything that you do. They want to control you. The average person in your country probably thinks this is convenient and it's harmless, and the government's looking out for your best interests. But if you value privacy and freedom and sovereignty, this is something that you need to pay attention to. And I'm going to give you a different angle that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. The reality is my team gave me a whole bunch of stuff on digital ID.
Greetings, here on the Delta 9 Media Line.
Blessed.
Look up yourself, Al. What's going on?
I did. Tuning, listening to these guys and the empty bucket promises. This is straight up bullyism and dictatorship.
Telling you.
To the people of Guyana. You're telling them what they need. That means if you don't get these things, you can't do no business.
Yes.
In Guyana.
Yes.
The thing is with this thing is I wonder who controlling the brain for these data storage of people information.
Who's controlling everything in Guyana right now?
All right. You know,
you feel safe with them level of implications that the answer is gonna provide?
Yeah. You understand? Why you want to know everything about the people of Guyana, bro? You think that as he said out of Guyana, you can't bring that digital ID here and use it. America won't accept that.
Nope.
But at least you get something that comes out of here, it will be accepted in Guyana.
Yeah.
So I remember Guyana ain't got no strength, you know.
But they must tell you a dream and tell you all of them things, you understand? But we don't know that
So
They're not
it's
gonna.
not a dream. The strength of the government of Guyana is in Guyana, the people of Guyana.
Yeah.
You see Guyana in Trinidad and he's trying to put back Trinidad. Their business and this. Trinidad didn't want to hear none of that, bro. Trinidad do not want to hear none of that. Yeah, he saying, no, it's not like they're doing business. He say, oh, they got to get part this and that, this and that. Trinidad get a whole little problem, they want to do it, and then you want to get involved in that problem. Wherever you used to import bread from Trinidad, you used to import flour. And he wants 30 born and ban flour.
You don't know, you don't know. You don't know.
Reach to the line.
Yeah. It's like a little job before you come with the punch, you know?
Yeah.
A little job.
Yeah, but bread. With bread we ever bring from Trinidad. We bring flour from Trinidad, so now and then them I used to do the country ban and bread in the place. But now no bread, the bread they used to bake right there. You see? But you see who knows. And the problem is, like I said, the people that just dividing the country until the political opposition party and the
one thing. I just want
all this foolishness don't still going on.
Big up yourself. I just want to drop this point quick on before you even jump off the phone. You know we really got dropped the truth about that whole situation because the speaker at that time, and the video is right up on the channel as well, the speaker at that time highlighted what really went down with the so-called flower ban, and it was nothing like most persons be presenting it to be. The speaker
was about
at that time, yeah.
I'm getting a fair deal because I know was paying more than what it was getting for the flower and all these things, and Barnum was like, no.
Yeah.
You guys is robbing us blind.
Exactly.
You see? So I remember, that's how come he stopped taking white sugar because he tell them, yeah, take your brown sugar, wash it, and then bring it back to me and sell it to me for only for money.
Yeah,
and it don't have the vitamin like my sugar I have here.
Exactly.
You know, I know all of that. That's what I say.
You can get you sick.
They don't push it out there. History is there, bro. She is there. This is not a black thing and a Indian or white thing. This is just about history. And they try to remove the mark of Barnum. And even they don't give Cheddy the airport, then they don't give Cheddy nothing more. Cheddy ain't got nothing more. He made a guy on there. The only guy on everything after the people. Yeah, I hear this thing.
Big up yourself, thanks for calling. Insightful commentary coming in right there from the frequent traveler. Al giving us some insights. Team Samsung every single time. Team Delta. Big up to all the travelers in the live, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Eva is saying good night to Delta 9 Media. Reality to the world. We're going on, Big. We're going on, King. Thanks for being a part of the live. Log into Delta Evening Vibes. Big up yourself. Reality to the world. If y'all ain't subscribed to Reality to the World as yet, check him out right here on YouTube. Subscribe, tell the Delta 9 Media send you, and you get some fire content. Big up yourself, Reality to the World. Thanks for tuning into the live. Eva is saying good night. Good evening. Oh, she's speaking to other travelers. Yeah, I get our own in-flight conversations going on as we continue to update ourselves with what's going on with this digital ID system that seems like it's about to put us in a whole different kind of lockdown. We gotta pay attention to these things, because they can slip it by you, and before you know it, you hear what the AG was already highlighting. They can get the police to come out and make sure that people do what they're supposed to do as it relates to the ID. But internationally, this is what persons are highlighting about the very system.
All that, because I just want to talk pretty directly about what I think about this. First, what digital ID actually is. It's a government-verified identity. Everything's stored digitally, connects to your banking and financial accounts. What could possibly go wrong with that? They use it for health care. Again, what could they possibly do wrong having a bunch of bureaucrats knowing your health details, your tax, your travel, what benefits you get, licensing, everything is there. They're implementing that with biometrics, face, fingerprint, voice, all of that. Basically designed to centralize your entire identity into one gateway. Now, do any of us who live in the Western world, or in my case, used to live in the Western world, actually think that a Western government, the same one that makes you wait in 3 queues to get a driver's license, and the whole process takes all day, do we actually think that any of those Western governments are actually doing this because they want to make our lives easier or better, or make it like easier to access government services? Probably not. It's power-hungry politicians who want to make their lives easier. They want to wet their beaks on whatever contracts they're getting from their crony friends in big business. And they want to track you and spy on you more. We have proof that governments like those of the United States actually do spy on their own citizens. They want to know more about you. Simple as that. They don't want to make your life easier. And I don't think any of us really believe that life will be easier by the government centralizing all this stuff. It'll be easier for them to bother you and harass you and blacklist you and cancel your passport and have all kinds of data to make your life tough. But I want to take a different view on this than most people, because there's 2 fundamental beliefs I think a lot of people where I'm from in the United States have that are mistaken. The first one is, oh, well, you just need to go to a red state. Americans have this great fascination with, you're in a red state, you're going to be fine. This stuff is happening at a national level. If you live in the...
as a form of national identification. If there continues to be non-compliance, then the police force will have to be informed and be directed to ensure that the law is complied with.
You got to direct the police force for the law to be complied with. And the question that is being asked here, I wanted to ask the same question, but some students jumping ahead. These are the same people who refused to have biometric for the last elections and coming elections.
Real thing.
They're talking about this digital platform. One would have thought that if you were so concerned about this whole digitization process and so on, you'll get biometrics in elections. When you get biometric, you can't thief, or at least it will reduce the thieving. So no biometric for election, but now digital.
Real thing. Pick up yourself, Carlisle. Thanks for being a part of the live. Eva, thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Bridget, thanks for tuning into the live. That is the mark of the beast. 666. That's what it is. Big up yourself, Bridget. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Good night to the Delta 9. I'm telling you, persons are highlighting their views about what's going on with this digital ID situation, right? Let's hear some more from the top cop. Speaking out, exposing corruption and incompetence. There's the Top Cops Them channel right here on YouTube. So make sure you go over and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the Top Cops. Speaking out, exposing corruption and incompetence. Tell them Delta 9 Media Center to join the classroom. All right, but you gotta go early because look, the classroom always packed to the brim. Greetings, Mr. Flash Garden. Welcome to the live.
Yes, good evening to you, and how are you? Good
Doing
evening
great.
to all my black brothers and sisters in Guyana. First things first, Flash God is responsible for what he said, not house and food, just interpret it. You know, when Flash God come on your life and talk, so, you know, some of your supporters as well come to America, and last year they didn't want back here, you know. I always said, Flash God way shout, Flash God hate. But this is the same man who's telling Guyanese people But this digital card, I wonder if Guyanese could remember when you say, man, and said black man should be proud to be our slave. That is one he using on black people to be slaves for them. Because that God, I will never encourage no Guyanese to be part of it. Like of the old country. Because it's the people that put them there to represent them.
So you started the movement. You started the movement, Flash. Bangle over ID. That's the movement.
Pardon me?
That's the movement. Bangle over ID. Bangle over ID. Because you said you're coming out for lock up everybody.
Well, let the people them force them up and do it.
Yeah.
Because the Constitution is giving right to do that.
Exactly.
And this is what we have to always go back to the Constitution and remind them of the Constitution. Because when I was outside there, Ali said, we are fighting for our democracy. Where are my black brothers and sisters to fight for them all now? God, give us a chance. That ID is no good for Guyanese. We already have an ID card and a passport. What more they want to know? If somebody could know, oh, I get $6 Flash Garden, get $6 million in the bank. Let me show you. Just the drop the money. Just know you have $6 million. No, check it this out. ID was too much money, guys. It's controlling and controlling black people because a lot of Indian people will not take it. Oh no, I know them good because before we go, why those people get money? Because what we're talking about, we know nothing less. East Indian people just use only one transport and photocopy it 4 and 5 times and go all them back in Guyana and get money with the photocopy and the original one and said, oh God, better. I don't know when the son of my dad to get the original one. After that, just make sure they get money. So it would not damage each of the people, but with black people. Thank you very much. Let me listen to your program.
Big up yourself, Flash. Thanks for calling in and dropping those insights right here on the live presentation. Big up to all the travelers in the chat right now. Flash, you see you got persons saying yes, bro. Flash never will forget that one. People definitely agreeing with what our brother Mr. Flash Garden is highlighting. Big up to all the travelers right now. Take a couple of seconds if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up the live. Hit that thumbs up button and make sure that you are subscribed to Delta 9 Media.
8 Butterfly Black Seed, loaded with antioxidants and essential nutrients for your body's needs. Breathe better, feel better, live healthier. All the benefits of black seed oil without the taste. 8 Butterfly Black Seed Capsule.
Greetings, Carl. You're back on the live.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You that thing. You see that thing? It's not just for black people, bro. This thing is putting in place for the people them who are against them. Black, Indian, whoever. You understand? These people, listen to me. They gonna do what they gotta do here.
Yeah.
But when you see comes to money, you see what they're doing with their wars like Muhammad and who was part of them. Bro, once you against them, who you think the most money in the country? Answer me. Who got more ask that question? Who got the most money in the country?
Well, obviously, if you're to analyze it, I would say that the wealthiest persons in the country right now would have to be either Indo or the Asians.
There you go.
What do you think?
There you go. And Imagine, remember, all these things is put in place after this election thing. And with this election, the election results, these people get all the information of everybody in Guyana who voted for them and who didn't. You understand me? So this, is to monitor those who are not with them.
Why I don't like about this situation is that you got a set of people who are very vindictive. You understand? Like you can't share certain things, or you can't have a different perspective to those, which to me, I'd rather lay down than to give away my right to have an independent thought. You understand?
Black or an Indian thing. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, not at all.
About you is my enemy, you're not with me, I gonna do what I gotta do for get you any way I can.
And it's an easy way to get persons now when you get all the information.
There you go.
So now you're gonna find a lot of persons are gonna be even more.
This has to do with black and Indians. This has to do with money. Just like I'm telling people, this thing with them and Mohammed, it have nothing to do with what you call expedition and them sort of thing. It's about money. And they see all this thing when they try to put up that they want you out of the country. They don't want you. They want you right there to run to court every time. Every time you lie, go to court, you got to go in the bank account.
Yep. And you ain't got to put back nothing. Yep. Yep.
You get no money coming in.
Yep.
So guess what? Your savings gonna start get slimmer. Jabio want to be the man who gets more, who want to be the richest in the country, and you want to control the richest people them in the country. He's done doing that already. And those who are against him, the rich too, you want to know what's going on in the bank account.
That's
this
cool.
has nothing to do with black and Guinean and affecting black people. You're going to take a lot of them, you tell to them, all right, hold on, give me another minute. Please. Right? When you used to go for Regent Street, all the store Regent Street was owned by Indian in Queens back to and you used to send the container them back home, right?
Yeah.
What would they know? I went see them talk to certain people down there, bro. And they're upset with the government. That's enough for them now, brave, leaning towards win. Because the sea wind could get them back on it. And they'll take the Chinese and push them, young people them out of business with the Chinese. Because the Chinese really get the money coming from better than his own people.
It's crazy. Remember now the Chinese got the China bank, you know, they get loans and loans and loans.
Want the same money they robbing the own Guyanese people.
Yeah.
Now the Chinese, tell the Chinese, this contract is 1 million and want to run it up for 10 and we just bust it down. The Chinese will give them a contract for 10 when it's a 1 million contract. You understand me?
Yeah.
So this thing is not black and Indian thing, but them are trying to look up because in order to look up, it put bitterness in the black people mouth and bitterness in the white, in the Indian people
and
mouth.
Create more divide, right?
The big elephant.
Elephant in the room who sucking everything up. So zoop.
Right, because every time to settle the head, just like the two main opposition parties.
Powerful point.
I didn't listen, bro.
Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in. And for dropping some insights right here on this live presentation. I'm telling you, persons are highlighting a lot of aspects to what's going on with these headlines. We hear what's going on with this digital ID coming in from the top cop himself, Mr. Paul Slow. Big up yourself, Mr. Slow, wherever you're there right now.
ID. Well, let me play something that I came across about the same the dangers of digital ID, and this is a clip from the from England, I think.
When you see persons highlighting things was going on with this ID all over the globe, and we're doing a dive right now. So we could analyze it and understand all the implications. Big up to all the travelers in the chat.
Right? From Britain. Listen to this.
This is a great speech. Watch this.
Digital ID is the biggest step towards a surveillance state this country has ever faced in my lifetime. If any government wants access to every detail of your life, they are the ones who should be feared. We live in a country where the state can't even run a basic IT system without losing data or leaking personal details. It won't last a week before a mountain of sensitive personal data is left at a bus stop in Kent again. I do not trust any government. I certainly do not trust this government.
That's crazy. So that means you could definitely expect some more calls when this information would have been all the way implemented, because then there's complete access to that information, right?
And let us remember, once government gets a new power, it never gives it back. It expands and evolves. Digital ID will not stop at proving who you are. It will creep into travel, banking, housing, benefits, even voting. Today it's voluntary. Tomorrow it will be required for security reasons. The day after that, you won't be able to access basic services without it. All for your own good, remember.
Yeah, because we just heard the Attorney General highlight some of these same points. Like, listen, we're going to bring the police to make sure persons are compliant and getting their digital IDs. That's crazy when you think about it. Very crazy. Big up yourself, Navjo, one of our loyal channel members. Thanks for supporting Delta 9 Media Live and for supporting the platform in general. He's saying this, Mr. Flash Garden is flashingly right. Big up yourself, Navjo. Thanks for dropping insights in the comment section.
Britain is supposed to be a country where the government serves the people, not the other way around. A country built on privacy, liberty, and trust. British people just want the government to leave them alone and get out of their lives, to build a business, raise a family, and live in peace. Digital ID treats every citizen as a suspect. It assumes that the state has the right to look over your shoulder. You defend it by severely limiting the power of the state, not radically expanding it. Abolishing jury trials, cancelling elections, implementing facial recognition, and now this. This incoming dystopian future must be resisted. I will be holding my own protests against this creeping move towards George Orwell's Animal Farm. I will simply not comply. I will not be downloading a digital ID. I urge other MPs to commit to do the same. The solution is obvious. I'll just have to reinvest in a Nokia. I preferred the simplicity of it anyway. The sound people of Great Yarmouth do not want digital ID. Thank you.
Yeah, that was in Britain Parliament. Yeah, what the digital ID. But let us come to Guyana now. Let us come to Guyana. Listen to this.
Okay, let's go somewhere uncomfortable. Start with what we know, not what we suspect, what we know, and follow the thread. The PPP has already demonstrated in documented and internationally verified fashion that it will use government-collected personal data for political advantage. This isn't speculation. The EU Election Observation Mission found that the PPPC's call center used mobile phone numbers of citizens who received cash grants to solicit votes. AFC leader Nigel Hughes said people in his office confirmed the only way the PPP could have obtained their numbers was from the cash grant registration. You and I know this. We don't need Nigel's confirmation. When Jagdeo was pressed on where the numbers came from, his answer was quite telling. We acquired those numbers from various sources. That's all I'm going to say. President Ali brushed the whole thing aside. The EU mission explicitly connected the dots. Data protection legislation was not in effect. Therefore, politically motivated doxing occurred with impunity, and government-held personal data was misused for political gains. The EU observers found that some voters' private data was misused for political gains, that civil servants were demoted or transferred after expressing support for opposition candidates, and that voters refrained from openly supporting opposition parties for fear of negative